Looking for a great place to ride? Allow us to recommend the 3-digit back roads of Southern Ohio. To enhance your enjoyment, share those roads with an intelligent and articulate group of enthusiasts who love nothing more than a spirited two-wheeled sprint along the twisty bits of asphalt. Bike Week is off to the always enjoyable Sport Touring Association annual reunion. Hey, come along for the ride. Glory days of river travel, the Ohio River was one of the main drags, and Marietta, Ohio, was a transportation hub. Today, Marietta is known as a repository of river travel history, home to a riverboat museum and an annual gathering of paddle wheel fanatics. Hello, everyone. I'm Dave Despain. Welcome to Bike Week, where we focus on a slightly different form of transportation. Let the record show that the Ohio River drains some of the finest riding areas in America, Southern Ohio, West Virginia, and that's why we've come here for the Honda Sport Touring Association's annual get-together known as STAR. These folks did not come for a boat ride. STAR stands for Sport Touring Annual Reunion, and each year it takes HSTA members to another corner of the country known for great roads. These members are an interesting and diverse lot of skilled and knowledgeable enthusiasts who love it when the pavement gets twisty. In fact, the twistier the better. And the HSTA have given us an opportunity to ride a legendary motorcycle. We're going to do Southern Ohio on a VFR. So, we got great people, great roads, and a great bike. I'm pretty amped up about the next half hour, and that's just the beginning. All right, thanks, Greg. When we come back, the action moves to the back roads of Southern Ohio. The Honda Sport Touring Association Star Rally next on Bike Week. Welcome back to Bike Week. A lot of great roads in this part of the country. In fact, one of them, Highway 555, was written up in American Motorcyclist magazine and helped convince me to come here to this convention. In a short time here, I've done a couple of things. I've made some new friends. I've learned that you don't have to have a Honda to be in the Honda Sport Touring Association, and they tell me 555 is not the only fun road around here. Come on, guys, let's go for a ride. Now, before we get too far down the road, let's note that this organization has been around since 1983. It was started by a guy named Dana Sawyer, who just loved the Honda Sabre.
All I did is I wrote the national magazines, and I wondered if there was anybody else out there that enjoyed that motorcycle as much as me. And from there, it started with a $25 deposit in a bank account, and I started doing the newsletter. And over the years, I wore all the hats and didn't wear some of them probably very well, but I found a lot of people along the way to help me.
It was the V4 Owners Association, and as the CBR and the Hurricanes came out, when the Inline 4 came into the club, the name changed, and we've just grown ever since. We've grown somewhere between 10-12% a year, so it's been a pretty fast-growing organization.
Intrigued by their story and by the diversity of their membership and by the chance to check out a VFR, we hooked up with that organization for a day. We rode a little, kicked tires a little, made a lot of new friends, and had a very nice hometown lunch.
Who had the lemon meringue?
That'll slow you down to where I can keep up with
Thank you, Dave.
Our group included an interesting mix of people on multiple brands and styles of bikes. George Herron, who's just getting back onto two wheels, rides a Standard for now.
Standard bike, I wanted a bike in between that did everything. I wasn't sure where I was going to go, whether touring or sport riding, so I got a bike right in between a standard bike that could still, be kind of sporty. And before I got in, I did a lot of searching on the web, and found HSTA, found what they're about, and just thought it was a good match for me, and met a few guys and been in the club for about 2 years now.
Now meet Cindy Earle, who was learning to fly when she discovered the alternative of two wheels.
The guys at the airport had motorcycles, and I had never ridden one or even ridden on the back of one, but I looked at those engines and I was compelled to get a motorcycle. So I got a little Honda 450 and went out next to somebody's house and rode around oil cans and circles and figure eights and gradually got on the road.
From there, it was a short hop to HSTA and BMWs.
Driven K75s in the R1100, and I put about 100,000 miles on in 2 years on the K75s. And on my K12, I now have 42,000.
Wow.
I'm a school teacher, and I have 2 months off in the summertime. So I leave my house the 1st of June, and I don't come back till the 1st of August. So I'm gone for 2 months.
Whether it's Deals Gap in North Carolina or the River Road out in Big Bend country of Texas, or the road that used to be called 666 in eastern Arizona, I'll move heaven and earth to go ride those roads.
It occurs to me you don't see a lot of scenery.
Scenery? No, and that's one of the things. You know, my wife rides too. She has a VFR, and she enjoys the scenery, and we usually don't ride together. I'll see the scenery when I'm in a car, if that should happen, and the rest of the time I'm there to hit a corner and enjoy the machine and the road surface and the road sign that tells me a good corner's coming up. That's what I'm looking for.
For the record, when the pace picked up, only one guy in the group was as tough to keep up with as Dave Gorham, and that would be Rock Rhoads, with his wife Linda on the back.
Anytime she gets uncomfortable with the pace, I get slapped upside the head.
I see.
Works like a champ.
And how often do you really have to slap him upside the head?
Not so much anymore.
We've been sport riding together for about 15 years, I think, and I've got a pretty good feel for what her comfort level is, where her comfort zone ends. I try to fit within her zone, because the last thing I want to do is lose her on the back seat. Not physically, but just have her get unwilling to ride with me.
Yeah.
Even if we get into a situation that's a little too tight or something like that, I try very hard not to grab him or, stay still so he can do what he needs to do to get us where we need to go.
All right, kids, stick around. We'll have more from the Sport Touring Association reunion and Larry Meyer's report on AMA National Motocross when Bike Week continues. Welcome back to Bike Week. This is a very open-minded organization, this Honda Sport Touring Association. You don't even have to ride a Honda. The going joke, though, is this. What's your favorite motorcycle? Oh, I like the red one. You get the joke? Our little group of 7 red motorcycles, including the VFR, which everybody seems to like, including the person who's going to win the giveaway motorcycle grand prize of the Star Reunion. Honda provides a VFR for the HSTA grand prize drawing. Other prizes include helmets.
4 numbers, 8299, 8299. All right.
The thing that impressed me most about HSTA is the members' awareness and emphasis on safety.
There's a lot of arrow stitches, there's a lot of leather, there's a lot of boots and gloves and helmets, and even though Ohio, if I'm not mistaken, is a no-helmet state, I haven't seen one HSTA-er without a helmet. And I think that's, it's a voluntary thing, but it speaks volumes for the way we believe in a good, safe ride and a good, safe group. They all believe in the right education. They all take the riders' classes. I shouldn't say all, but, the majority.
It's a lot more upscale and mature group than most motorcycle clubs. They're a lot more intelligent than most, a lot more oriented toward having fun and still managing risk well.
I don't think I need to elaborate on the message there, boys and girls. Instead, let's go racing. This week's Motel 6 favorite road is just too close to call, but with the help of HSTA member Dave Gorham, we've narrowed down the list of Southern Ohio favorites.
This neck of the woods, it seems a pretty fair bet that anything with 3 digits in the road sign is a damn good road. Whether it's 555 or 676 or 550 and 800, they're just fantastic roads, and I'll cross the country to get to a road like these.
Welcome back to the great roads of Southern Ohio, where we've learned that this Honda Sport Touring Association is very open-minded. They'll welcome you regardless of age, experience, or gender.
I rolled into my first rally 5 years ago in Indiana on a little beat-up CX500, and I thought I was something. You know, I'd come all the way from Wisconsin to Indiana. Whoo! And, and I got there, and I rolled into that motel, and there were all these shiny, stunning, things I didn't know even what they were. It turned out they were STs and VFRs and CBRs and Ducatis and things I'd never heard of before. And everybody was decked in leather and stitch. And I mean, I didn't know what that was either, Earl stitch at the time. But I was totally intimidated. And everybody made room for me. I mean, one guy kicked my old tires and gently taught me that, rock hard tires, even if they have tread, is not such a good idea. And Cindy Earle sat me down, drew a little stick figure, and said, it would be nice to keep your eyes level with the ground. Everybody took me under the wing. Everybody. A couple years later, they're throwing me their keys to the VFR and say, try it out. Well, I'm sitting on one now. Remember, no U-turns except for yard sales.
Well, earlier, some 50 female members of HSTA had a meeting to which a Honda rep invited himself. We didn't have a camera there, but we got an eyewitness report.
I was chairing it at that time, and they came in and said, could John come in and just have 10 minutes with you? And we're very democratic. I didn't say yes, I didn't say no. We had a vote. And the women went, yeah.
Well, we were delighted that we were validated by his coming, and he was delighted that we were giving him so much feedback. It was really electric there for a while when John asked a few questions, and everybody tried to answer at once. We were all so excited about what kind of bike we wanted and what color we wanted and whether it would be a touring bike or a cruiser.
And the other thing that people wanted, you got to choose between hard bags and soft bags, but you didn't get hard removable bags. And it was like, whoa, the room just went wild. And he said, oh, let me write that down, the hard removable bags.
Yeah. He heard us, and he let us know he heard us. Women are challenged because many of us have short legs. We may be tall, but our legs are short, so we need perhaps a lower seat or a bike designed with speed, with comfort, and a little bit lower for us. We're challenged as far as the tire goes. There isn't a lot of clothing out there that's designed for women. There's more and more, and we're delighted that more manufacturers are considering women.
When we come back, the moose is loose. We'll wrap up our visit with the Honda Sport Touring Association right after this. Welcome back to Bike Week. The last big event of the HSTA's annual reunion is dinner, which also marks the retirement of longtime president Moose Perry.
It has been a lot of work, but it's been truly rewarding. I honestly believe that I've received more out of it than I put in. So it's just, you had it right. It's the people. It's actually the bikes are a great way for us to get together, and we truly enjoy riding them. But the tire kicking in the parking lots at night, and the fun and the camaraderie of these folks is just beyond anything I've ever been involved in. So it's great.
Let me close on a personal note. I'm not a big fan of group riding. Given a choice, I'll go off by myself every time. But riding with this group was an outstanding experience, so much so that I paid my dues and joined the Honda Sport Touring Association on the spot. I'm looking forward to my next opportunity to go share a road with these people. They appreciate what a motorcycle can do for you and to you, and they approach the business of riding intelligently and enthusiastically. Most important, they have big fun. If you're interested in knowing more about HSTA, here's how you go about contacting them. And with a final fond memory of those 3-digit roads in Southern Ohio, we're going to ride on out of here. I'm Dave Despain. That's Bike Week. See you next week.